Something I'm dealing with more and more nowadays are people who have passed, people who have died. And as I've mentioned before on some of these videos, you leave your body. But one of the things that takes place is often a sense of frustration. The standard procedure, for want of a better way of put it, is if you have any degree of understanding that what takes place when you die, you leave your body, and people are often around for a couple of weeks here before they move on. That's what takes place. And if they have an understanding what's taking place, it's far easier. If their mind is open to this, their loved ones can often draw close to them who have already passed to the other side to help them through this process. But in many cases, there's no understanding. And literally in the last few weeks, I've dealt with about 4 cases. One of them is where someone has died quickly and it is total frustration. Other ones is someone who's been in a house for a number of years and haven't moved on because they are in a slightly confused state. And the other one was someone who had died, who knew this family years ago, and nobody else would accept that something had happened to him, but he could draw close to them. So they were all sensing something which they weren't very happy with because they didn't want to sense anything around them. The point is with all these situations, what is actually taking place? Someone has left the body and nobody is seeing them. They have no understanding of life after death and nobody is seeing them at all. And they get used to the fact, if they've been out of the body for some time, that nobody in the physical, like us, senses them, and this becomes their normality. And sometimes with people who have just left the body are in frustration because they can move around very easily wherever their family are in the world. They can move around to those places because they're now spiritual beings, but no one's seeing them, so they can be in a frustration. So what happens then is when these people contact me, I can then, as a medium, many mediums in this world, can sense them. They only need to send me a picture of the house or the room or the situation. And then all of a sudden, as a medium with the work that I've done for decades, I can sense them. But think about it from their point of view. If they've been in a house for decades sometimes and no one has sensed them, no one has seen them, and then all of a sudden someone is sensing them and seeing them, it's like a relief for them and almost a sense of shock at the same time because they're not used to someone sensing them. And in a situation where someone suddenly died like that, one I did a couple of weeks ago and a couple of months ago as well, in that one, they're very, very frustrated because they haven't accepted that they've died and no one is noticing them and they don't get it. And then all of a sudden, myself, a medium, is noticing them. And because they're spiritual, they've left their physical body, what happens on the other side, in the next world, in many different worlds, wherever you go, when you look at someone, you know all about them. There's nothing hidden. In the physical, we can hide our lives. No one knows our background or history or anything else. But over there, you look at someone, you can see who they are. Not what they've done, but the real person, who they are. So in these situations, when the person who's died is sensing me, they look at me and they realize that I've done this before. So that calms them down. They can also sense what is around me. So in those situations, I am basically like I'm talking to you at the moment, but I'm not using my voice. This is in my mind. We are having a conversation about life, what's taken place to them, and then when the time is right, I ask others then to come back from the other side to talk to them, and this is normally what happens. Every case is slightly different, but this is what my work is, which I shall continue the rest of my life, is to remove this frustration from those souls who are between the two worlds and to help them on. But every story is slightly different, and with these things, I have to be totally switched on because the differences, some of them are not accepting the dead, some of them have been there for decades and they are confused. It's a different story each time, but as I come across them, so I will put more videos up. Any questions, please do contact me. Thank you.